Mike and Steven back here at Coolray Field, the Savannah Bananas World Tour. Stop number 6, I believe, on the tour here at Coolray Field. Joining us now, the team is owned, Steven, by Jesse and Emily Cole.
I knew that.
The real boss is here.
Yes.
Emily
yes.
Cole, owner of the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals.
Yes.
And next year, the Firefighters.
Correct.
And then we'll see what goes on. Talk about how much fun this is. I mean, I'm not going to ask you about the idea. I know people have heard that. You've told that story 100 times. But how much fun are you having right now?
Yeah, this is truly authentic when we are walking around with big smiles on our faces. We're traveling the country with 150 of our best friends. And it's just the most incredible group of creators and givers. And to surround yourself with that kind of positivity is something that we could have only dreamed of. I mean, our kids travel with us, and the role models that they have and just the daily interactions that we have with this group, it's so immensely beautiful.
And Emily, we've talked to the players, and people love to talk to the players. I want you to talk about the family members that are in the tents that are selling the merchandise, and they're creating not just creatively on the field, but what they're creating for the fan experience. Talk about what it takes to be part of the Banana family and to work behind the scenes or with the crowd directly.
It's one of the things that I'm most proud of, I think, is that we have really become a family organization through and through. And in the sports industry in general, you know, there's a lifespan. You do it for a few years and then you want to settle down and you know that the travel is too hard and it can't be done. And so many people leave and then they go into insurance or something that they never saw themselves doing. Which is fine, but when we set out, we wanted to make this a lifestyle that could also happen while you're simultaneously growing a family. And so we have really tried to concentrate on that for our people. So we are at the point now where the players' girlfriends, the players' wives, the staff members' husbands, they are part of our organization. Sometimes it's on a full-time level. We have probably the highest ratio of people that are married on staff as any organization. But even if they're doing something else, like a teacher, for example, they'll spend their summers traveling with us. And it's a way that people can stay connected to their loved ones while also following their dreams.
So there's that old saying of, you know, man, it's hard to be married and work together. Since you and Jesse did it already, you guys are like, well, if we can do it, let's find other people that can do it. And to truly create a family atmosphere, one of the best ways to do that is to have your family together.
Yes.
So and I know your kids travel with you. Are there other children of other family members? Talk about some of the roles that the kids play for the team.
You've got one on the team, the Savannah Bananas, little kid, number 1/2.
Yeah.
Is that one of your, someone's kids?
It's
one of
like
the staff's
an
kids?
extended family friend.
Okay.
But yeah, they're constantly around. I think our kids at this point are mostly like comedic relief because they're all under 6. But yes, Jesse and I are actually the oldest really of the group. We have a few that are older, and not that we're super old, but we're kind of some of the older ones. And so the kids that are coming now are in that under 5 range. And so we haven't really grown them up through the organization yet, but you can believe that they will be selling concession stands and taking tickets in the next couple of years.
As this banana ball continues to grow, do you and Jesse see yourselves bringing on investors? Everybody's going to want a piece of this. Do you see investors?
Everybody already does.
Yeah. Do you see investors? Have they already lined up asking to get a piece of this?
People reach out to us. At this point, our clear focus is to just create more fans and to create the best fan experience. And we believe that by keeping us involved, we are keeping that authentic vision.
Yeah.
Not that it can't happen with other people, but I would be worried that things might get watered down if more people came in at the top. Because a lot of people look at us for the leadership. And so for now, our vision is to just stay with our small group.
And I'm going to pivot that question and ask a little differently, which is, because I know on the ESPN documentary, you guys traveled and played another independent team, not just played the Party Animals on your first world tour. Is that another, so people have reached out to you maybe on investing, but have other people reached out and said, I want to do a version of that maybe in the Southwest or Northwest, some of the other areas and some of the existing independent teams. What can we do to have a sliver of banana ball, maybe not all the same rules.
Yeah, 100%. And our mindset is always share the pie.
Yeah.
There is so much to give. There is no part of us that is thinking, oh, if we get more fans, then somebody else can't have them. And so anytime somebody from any organization or industry calls us, we're an open book. And we speak to high school classes, we speak to college classes, we speak to civic groups, because we're fine sharing what we're doing. I think we're just creating joy in the world. And if more organizations are doing that, better for all of us.
Jesse's famous on the documentary for the ideas he writes down every day. I know you are full of ideas. You may not follow the exact same rule of 10 a day. What I want to know is, can you share at least one idea that either you came up with or he came up with? Because I know there's plenty that never made it onto the field. Can you share a funny one?
Oh, we can't do that.
We absolutely cannot.
No, we can't do
I'm
that.
not trying to squelch your creativity or our creativity, but we cannot do that.
Well, I would say that definitely, when you're looking at the two of us, Jesse is the dreamer, okay, and I'm a little bit more of the realistic person that brings him back down to earth. So he has been pitching to me for years that our guys are going to skydive into their positions. And I'm the mom
Nothing
that's
wrong with
saying,
that.
you know, okay.
The insurance cost alone.
Well, that and just, you know, a lot of things could go wrong.
Right.
And if it was perfect, great. But just there's a lot of variables. And so I'm trying to squash
There's a reason
that.
why the people that have done skydiving into a stadium, it's usually just one or three at the most, right? And they're usually military trained.
Yep. He wants 9. He wants the guy coming down with the ball in his hand, like ready to pitch. So that one I've squashed for a while.
I like that.
You hear the stories about, these people that are purists about the game, they don't like banana ball. Has anybody really come to you or Jesse and said, oh, this is terrible, this is a travesty?
Every day.
That really happens?
Every day.
Really?
Yes, we get
People
a lot.
who bought tickets?
Well,
Some people who are in the park, but most of them have made up their minds before they see it live.
Right.
They see a little bit of the antics online, and then they are very open with their hatred.
Former Major League Baseball players that come all the time. You had Jeff Francoeur of the Atlanta Braves today. Roger Clemens pitched an inning for you a couple weeks ago. Has Major League Baseball reached out to the Bananas at all, to you, about, hey, let's do something together?
Some of them, we have really good relationships with a few of the executives and leaders at different teams. And some of them are very open to ideas, and we bounce ideas back and forth. And usually we're at 6 major league teams this year, and we've built good relationships with all of those guys.
Well, and for those people, and I consider myself somewhat of a purist, but when Roger Clemens, Bill Lee, the last guy, Bill Lee's always been, he's the spaceman, he's anti-establishment, and he's an awesome pitcher. That's fantastic. Roger Clemens is about as by the book and not having any fun at all, and he gets out. Jake Peavy, one of the most competitive people in baseball, they see the value because, number one, it is still competitive baseball. It's not predetermined. You're just adding so much more for those who are okay with it. And just, if you want to just strip that away, just enjoy the talent of the guys, which wasn't a question. I just ranted. I apologize.
But to make it a question, I bet you all these ex-Major League players are reaching out to you saying, hey, I want to play.
Yeah. They are. And I think they see themselves when they were younger. They see the excitement. They see the love of the game. And sometimes they get to a point in their career where it got so serious, and it was massive contracts and the pressure on them. And so I think once they've kind of stepped back and retired and they see what we're doing, they want to step back on the field and have another shot at just having fun and being the kid that they used to be for the love of the game out there.
Baseball is fun. Adults just screw it up. Somebody said that once.
But then we got Jesse and Emily, and thank
goodness.
goodness.
To bring it back.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. You seem like great people, and I think good things happen to good people. When I first heard about this and what you guys were trying to do, I knew it was going to take off. I joked with Emily, I had an idea like this 20 years ago, but I didn't have the right people to make it happen. You've made it happen. The sky's the limit. I see you're adding the firefighters next year. I see multiple teams, multiple tours going on at one time. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Speaking of skydiving.
Yes, it is. We're very excited for the growth. Again, it's all about creating joy, creating more fans, creating more happiness in the world, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
Well, thank you for coming to Gwinnett. Thank you for coming to Coolray Field. Emily Cole with the Savannah Bananas.
Thank you so much. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.